Even if you've never heard the name Marcus Miller, chances are you've heard him play. If you're a fan of funk and soul, you certainly know his work. In this video, we're going to reveal a little about the story of the great Marcus Miller, responsible for producing and composing great hits for many artists and for his own authorial career. Before proceeding with the video, I have some news for you. Do you want to play the groove lines of the great bass players correctly? In the Supergroup Club community, you have access to several transcripts in PDF and with audio for you to play along and improve your groove. You also have access to many play-alongs, backtracks and a list of all groove albums by various artists and bassists. All this material is updated weekly, and you can download all the content. Come to the Supergroup Club community and be a groove master. Click on the first link in the description and enter. William Henry Marcus Miller Jr., better known as Marcus Miller, was born in the Brooklyn neighborhood of New York City on June 14, 1959. He grew up in a musical family. His father, William Miller, was a church organist and director of choir. Through his father, he received classical training as a clarinetist and later learned to play keyboards, saxophone and guitar. Miller began working regularly in New York City, eventually playing bass and writing songs for jazz flutist Bobby Humphrey and keyboardist Lonnie Liston Smith. Miller became a studio musician. Miller's early influences include James Jamerson and Larry Graham. Hey, are you watching and not subscribed yet? Subscribe now and enjoy the video. He spent approximately 15 years performing as a session musician. During this time he also frequently arranged and produced. He was a member of the band Saturday Night Live between 1979 and 1981. He also co-wrote Aretha Franklin's Jump to It, along with Luther Vandross. Miller has played bass on over 500 recordings, appearing on albums by artists such as Michael Jackson, Beyoncé, Herbie Hancock, Mariah Carey, Eric Clapton, and others. The list is impressive. In the 1980s, Marcus moved away from session work and branched out into a solo career. During this period, he released two albums, Suddenly, 1983, and Marcus Miller, 1984, at which time he acted as a composer, producer and instrumentalist. Marcus won a Grammy Award for Best Contemporary Jazz Album for his seventh solo album M2. Between 1988 and 1990, Miller was the music director and bassist for the house band, Sunday Night Band, for 2 seasons of the late-night TV show Sunday Night, also known as Night Music on NBC, hosted by David Sanborn and Jules Holland. Marcus joined the Supergroup Legends in the late 90s, in which he played bass and bass clarinet alongside Eric Clapton, Steve Gadd, David Sanborn and Joe Sample. The band appeared at several major jazz festivals and once again showcased Marcus's exceptional musical ability and repertoire. Marcus formed another supergroup, SMB, in 2008, with bassists Victor Wooten and Stanley Clarke, producing their debut album Thunder in 2011. Miller has been nominated for several Grammy Awards as a producer for Miles Davis, Luther Vandross, David Sanborn, Bob James, Chaka Khan and Wayne Shorter, and has won 2 Grammys. He won a Grammy Award for Best R&B Song in 1992, for Luther Vandross' Power of Love, and in 2001 he won Best Contemporary Jazz Album for his 7th instrumental solo album, M². His 2015 album Aphrodisia earned a Grammy nomination for Best Contemporary Instrumental Album. In 2012, Miller was named a UNESCO Artist for Peace, supporting and promoting the UNESCO Slave Route Project. Miller is known for playing a 1977 Fender Jazz bass with a natural finish that was modified by luthier Roger Sadowski with the addition of a Stars guitar and later a Bartolini preamp so he could control its sound in the studio. Dr. Strings also produced a series of Marcus Miller signature stainless steel strings known as Fat Beans, which come in a variety of sizes. Starting in 2015, Dunlop began producing Marcus Miller Super Bright bass strings, which Miller switched to. In 2015, Marcus began endorsing Sire Guitars, with whom he has a signature line of bass guitars. Currently, Miller continues to dedicate himself to performing shows and tours around the world. Did you like the video? Subscribe to our channel and stay on top of more content like this.